And then the writer changed. And the second guy texted me and he was like, hey man, just so you know, someone else picked up your order. And I was like, okay. I was like, all right, what does that mean? What does that mean for me? Are they making a new one? And they're like, nah. And I was like, oh, all right, don't worry about it. I mean, we're obviously going to be doing some serious news coverage as well, but she know on my Kulwin till I blow back. That's right. I
endorse that.
Yeah, we got Noah Kulwin in the building. I'm going to be showing him some brain rot. He's visiting. He's out here. He's doing the most basic shit. It's unimaginable.
It was awesome. Shit. Yesterday, I had the Hailey Bieber smoothie from Erewhon. I'm ready to announce that publicly. And it was really good.
He went to Runyon Canyon on a hike and then went and got the Hailey Bieber smoothie, bro.
I'm just an LA boy.
That's
trapped
crazy.
in a New York body.
That's crazy to admit. Like, that is like Dubai matcha latte status.
All right.
I mean, it's like you're doing trends, but you're doing trends of like last year, I would say. Like the real meta right now is Clario or whatever, listening to Clario.
I think it's called Claro.
Claro, whatever. I don't even know. Okay?
Clario.
I don't even fucking know. I don't even know. Listening to Claro or Clario.
Clario.
You say Clario. I say Clario. You say Claro. Tomato.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listening to her, drinking a matcha latte with Dubai chocolate in it, and reading or having like a Sylvia Plath merch, or maybe reading Sylvia Plath. And then having a Labubu on your lap, like having a Labubu dangling off of your.
I've been in LA for like 24 hours at this point, and I've not seen a single Labubu, so I'm actually not convinced that is a trend yet. But
no, it's coming up. It's on the come up.
But I'm when I come to LA, I want to experience LA. I want to experience the heart of the city. You know, like LA, I feel your beat. I want to be one with it, which is why, I go to a hike where everybody looks better than me and is dressed better than me. And I then want to go to a grocery store where that's also true. And grocery store is being polite. Yeah. But it was really good.
He's wearing a David Lynch shirt. Yeah, he's wearing a Grateful Dead David Lynch shirt.
That's right. My friend Dog Meats Town. He makes amazing shirts. Dog Meat, like from Fallout, Dog Meats Town. He makes awesome stuff.
Yeah. Remember what you drank in New York? I mean, I just drink a Vietnamese coffee. That's like that's not like a matcha latte in the way that people are. Like a Vietnamese coffee is pretty basic. It's just condensed milk and a shot of Vietnamese coffee espresso. You know? Taps article on Complex for calling DJ Academics a bitch. Wait, what? G Herbo challenged academics and DJ Vlad to donate 100K to Chicago kids. Damn, making the waves.
Damn, we're getting aggregated.
Yeah, Adam is
he's coming up.
He's a mover and shaker. He's doing culture stuff now. I got your blast off meme. Never been doxxed. Don't worry. But yeah, we got, what is this? NOT HasanAbi Rain Man. Okay. Okay. All right. I like that. And yeah, this is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news, but honestly, there's literally nothing going on in my life. I told Buddha I was going to go play basketball with him after I ended the stream, but I was so tired. I just kind of passed out watching Pantheon, and you went out for, you went out to get dinner. You know,
Korean.
He's been living life. I told him I couldn't go. I ordered Chipotle and then it got canceled. So woe was me. So
it was canceled. It said problematic things.
No, it was canceled. It was crazy. Like I ordered Chipotle, and there was a different rider for it. Right, there was someone else picking it up, and then the rider changed. And the second guy texted me and he was like, hey man, just so you know, someone else picked up your order. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, what does that mean? What does that mean for me? Are they making a new one? And they're like, nah. And I was like, oh, all right, don't worry about it. I was literally like, all right, don't worry about it. I hope you still get paid though. You know, it's just, I just didn't understand. So
that's right. Somebody else got 3 burrito bowls that are only chicken and rice, nothing else.
No, I've yeah, pretty much. But it is what it is. You know, we lost one. It's L. So I just like ate some guacamole I already had and some protein. That was my dinner. But I think that's part of the reason why I'm like so tired all the time, potentially because I've been on a major deficit this past week. So I gotta increase my my caloric intake. 0 New York City pics, 0 DreamCon pics, 0 birthday pics. We need you to be a better influencer. It's not even pics that's the meta now, chat. You're faillennials. The real meta is like wherever I go, I clip farm, and then I post the clip farms on TikTok, and then I post those TikToks on my Instagram. That's what the kids are doing nowadays. That's the real meta. But I'm not even doing any of that. Clip farm is the actual real meta, and I should be doing that, but I'm not doing that. You don't even post on Insta. Yeah, exactly. TikTok dances, old man. That's like the old meta that's coming back. But yeah, this is, I saw this on TikTok earlier. I've reposted it already. It's pretty funny. It's just, yeah. Hope Corps. Me in 2026 watching Netanyahu get sentenced to The Hague live on Twitch, hosted by Hasan Piker. Imagine. What is this? My official statement on Israel? What is this?
Okay. I would like to make an official statement. What they are doing is not a genocide. I have not been forced to make this statement in any way. Your phone cameras, the UN, all your friends, every government at this point is lying to you. Believe the words of Benjamin Netanyahu, not your own. Get me out of here. You gotta get
I gotta say though, that laser pointer does just look like a floating zit.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. It's not laser pointer.
Listen, it's not sniper rifle.
It is not.
It's a hug delivery machine.
Yeah, you are Hamas.
Look down scope and you aim the machine and it give hug.
Yes.
It give hug.
It's a truth machine. Makes you tell the truth about children. Children who are Hamas.
Listen, when you think
babies.
about this. Listen. The children, a child, after a couple years, he becomes an adult, becomes grown up.
Yeah.
And if a child is that close to grown up, are they really child?
Yeah.
I'm asking you to be thinking about this.
As opposed to the one guy who was an Israeli occupying force soldier who was formerly a baby.
Oh God, I saw that. That was crazy. Yeah.
Formerly a very famous baby. That was the peak, dude. That was so funny.
I wish, like, you just wonder, like, at Nuremberg, did any of them try that? They were like, listen. He, like, yes, like Albert Speer was like the head of armaments, but look at this photo. Look at these cheeks. Could a man like this have done evil?
I need to find that. I think Will posted.
Will posted it. Will posted the former bait.
Non-stop post. God damn, I can't even find it. No, is it from a couple days ago? Does anyone have that? Does anyone have that tweet where it was like, this is a former famous baby that the scary Hamas terrorists killed, and it's like, dude, what are you saying? Yep, this is it.
Oh yeah, because he was a Gerber baby.
Yeah.
Or Huggies baby.
Amit Cohen, who was killed yesterday in Gaza, was once a face known to every Israeli. In 2007, he was a Huggies baby, and it's like, wow, I can't believe I cannot believe the Palestinians would do this. They would kill a former baby.
I mean, look at him. He's not like, if I'm a Palestinian and I see that guy coming, I'm thinking like, holy cow, I'm in Gaza and I can't eat and I don't have electricity and the water is poison.
This guy's coming to kill my family.
There's a Huggies baby coming. Like, yeah. I like, show some respect. I'm telling my brothers, I'm telling my sisters, like, hey, put some respect on that guy's name. He's a Huggies baby guy who's like, you know, coming to kill us.
It's great. Have you seen this one about you? Oh yeah, I've seen this too. Yeah. There's a lot of people fantasizing about me participating in the Nuremberg trials. It'd be great. I like live reacting to the Nuremberg trials. That'd be so sick, honestly. It's just me in 2030 tuning into the new Nuremberg trials on Twitch, hosted by Hasan Piker. Like that's too much. That's too much as far as like Hope Core goes. We're manifesting this. Timeline looking more like 2035 to 2040, but inshallah we'll get there. He's gonna open with the crab dance. Yeah.
Actually, no. It's my name is Hasan Piker, and this floss is for the children of Gaza.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's David Guetta shit. No, it'd be more tasteful.
David Guetta to do a set before the Nuremberg trial.
Yeah,
the Neo Nuremberg trial. Yeah,
dude, it'd be so sick. Who's your fave to see it tried in Nuremberg? Who do you think would be the best?
Well, the GOAT is like the LeBron of that is Netanyahu.
No,
he's
not
the obvious,
not the obvious ones. I'm saying like someone where you're like, that'd be kind of funny if like in the actual OG Nuremberg trials, there was just a dude who hated his neighbor, and he was like, "This guy is the king."
Yeah, they like listen. This guy, he hated the Jews and everything. Yeah. But like he just kept taking my trash cans. They're my trash cans.
Yeah.
They're not his, and he kept moving them, and that's why he should be hung next to all these other guys.
I think a lot of people are saying Barry Weiss. I think that's a good one. Yeah, for sure.
Barry Weiss would be an interesting one.
Danny Danon
for sure.
Yeah.
I think
was it Drew Pavlov?
I think so. Oh God, that would be.
I think Drew Pavlov is so stupid that he's just like, that's like a.
Well, he's on his Laura Loomer shit now. Have you seen this?
Yeah, that's a problem that's like fixing itself, I think.
Yeah,
he's like, I think he's going to jail or something because he was he might be going to, yeah, he's arrested because he's like
he's like, I'm too broke to pay a fine.
Yeah, well,
to the Brisbane authorities.
Well, what happened is like,
Drew Pavlov, we find you in contempt of court.
He's the first guy to get arrested and like prosecuted for being annoying, I think. Because like the shit that he advocates for is the things that the Australian government already agree on. It's like being pro-Israel, being extremely and viciously anti-China.
And like crazily censorious against anybody who's pro-Palestine. No, it's
like,
nuts.
Like how are your vibes so that the very same administration that is under every other circumstance like supposed to be on board with what you're doing literally still prosecuting you?
I think it's as simple as like, if you're really about that clout game like too much and like you let it show and you let your naked desire to be like he just wants to be the most successful, he wants to be a really big success and all these other things, and instead it's just like you can smell the desperation through the computer screen thousands of miles away.
Yeah, he protested on private ground, didn't leave after told to, fined $1,000, tried to get it away on other courts, and in the end it accumulated to $23,000 that he doesn't want to pay, so he's going to jail by his own will.
All right, see, this is skill issue shit, because it's like he's now like if you like imagine being like a crazy pro-Israel NATO guy and like doing this like bullshit self-sacrifice thing, and you can't even find a rich guy to bail you out.
Yeah, well,
like somebody who pulls in that kind of money in a half hour.
Sorry, it's just like such a L if you're like going to jail for being too pro-Israel in any of these like Western aligned nations. You literally are. Your vibes are so. You are just such a goddamn loser that even the governments that are very much on board with whatever the you're advocating for are just going, we're going to throw you in jail because you're just so annoying.
Well, and he's also like, in addition to being annoying and like sweaty clout hound who like will not stop inserting himself into people's mentions for lack of a better thing to do with his time in life. There is also like the fact that he doesn't actually have anything interesting or original to say. And that when people like do rebut on even like a semi-substance level, like not even like that comprehensively, like they like push back against his stuff, he bugs out. He goes nuts. Yeah. And will immediately just start calling you names.
He's just very dumb and very annoying. And I think he's like, I mean, he's basically like what's his face? Rabbi Shmuley in the sense that like his very appearance and like the things that he says are so stupid and so insane that like it actually invokes a negative response from allies where they're like, dude, maybe it's better if you don't say.
But this goes back to that this goes back to the level of vibes though. I have a really funny, I mean, I have a few different Rabbi Shmuley stories, but my favorite Rabbi Shmuley, like the funniest Rabbi Shmuley story was that like, because he used to dine out so much on his like old friendship with Cory Booker, he would like write op-eds for like the Times of Israel or whatever. And a guy, Dylan Williams, he's like a you know, lefty-ish like policy guy in DC. We used to work for J Street, now works for somewhere else. But he like took the first word of one of Shmuley's columns. And like the first word in each paragraph or sentence, it was just I, me, Cory, Holocaust, I, me, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then the other was like 8 years ago, I covered an APAC conference, and they had the main APAC conference at like the Washington Convention Center, the big place, you know, et cetera. And then across the street, there's the synagogue, 6th Street and I, and at the 6th and I synagogue in the basement is where they had all the settlers. Like it's where, and the right wingers who in 2017 were considered like too out there to be given like real main stage face time at the APAC conference. And because I'm, you know, such a smart, well-behaved journalist, I made sure to get there like an hour early before it started so that I knew I could get in. And see, you know, like Naftali Bennett and Ayelet Shaked and these other freaks give their spiel in this basement. And then once that was done and I was like, all right, I need to leave or else I'm going to go insane, I get outside and the first thing that I see is there's a line of people trying to get into this building because evidently they all want to go to the settler party or whatever. But the first person who's like trying to get his way in and not succeeding from what I can tell was Rabbi Shmuley.
I love that.
He wasn't like Blood thought he was on the team and he wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, who wants that guy at their party? Like, I assume like an APAC settler party at the APAC conference is going to be not the best looking people, regardless. But like, Rabbi Shmuley is just so gross inside and out. I don't know. He's just like, he's not. I don't.
Well,
I don't
I mean, he's also
it.
like, he's you know, he's a bit of a flim flam man. Like he has a charity. It's, you know, and they like, I remember looking at their 990s some years ago, and it's like the thing they do is they pay him a salary and he hosts a dinner, and his job is to be like a pundit surrogate style guy for Israel in the media or whatever. At least that's how he sees it now.
If your job is if your job is to just like propagandize at the behest of the apartheid state, and you're just so repulsive, like the things you're saying are so repulsive.
Well, but you got to remember, dog, he was a reality TV show star. You know that, right?
Wait, what was the reality?
Shalom in the Home.
Is that
Google?
what?
But look this up. Come on, dog. That's why anybody pays attention to him, is because he branded himself America's rabbi. Because he was the first person to leverage being a rabbi into being on the most important American cultural export, reality television.
What is Shalom in the Home, bro? Reality TV 2 seasons. Shalom in the Home is a belief that our homes is peaceful. Wait, what the is an American reality television series that aired on TLC. First of all, if you have only 2 seasons on TLC, you're ass. Okay? Because like TLC will have the Learning Channel, by the way. They'll run anything for like at least 7 seasons. How did you get canceled after 2 seasons on the TLC, man? On the Learning Channel. That's crazy. Okay, we have to watch this, bro. This is on the docket now. The show debuted on April 10th, 2006. A second and final season of Shalom in the Home began on March 7th, 2007. The weekly 1-hour primetime program sought to help families overcome difficult problems. Boteach provided advice to dysfunctional families about relationships, marriage, and parenting, and try to bring them peace. Shalom in Hebrew. Yeah, he used to be like woke. Right?
I wouldn't go that far. He's always been kind of a mover and a shaker. Like when he was the
I thought he was like the woke rabbi.
I mean, he may be positioned like that a
Bro,
little bit.
Someone already found it. That's crazy. That's crazy that you found it instantly. like what were you waiting? You were like, oh, that's my favorite.
Is that doesn't look The Chosen?
No, this is The Chosen season 1 episode 3. I don't know what this is.
No, that's not.
This is not right though. This link is incorrect. And it's not even working.
Yeah, a highlight reel.
He uploaded his own highlight reel.
Season 2 highlights.
Bro, I was supposed to show you brain rot, and you're the one who's showing me brain rot. Asno is a resident NBA man that if I'm allowed to be excited for Dame to come back to Portland when we have IDF soldiers in Deni Avdia on the team, or am I complicit? Hashtag Free Palestine.
The Blazers are not the only franchise with that issue going, is how I'd put it. And I'm excited for Dame to go back to Portland. Obviously, he's not going to be really playing this year at all, but it's a great feel-good story. And the Blazers are an exciting young team.
I have an announcement. Now that, and this pains me to say, now that LeBron James is basically going to retire, and you know it's imminent, right? I'm in the search of a new GOAT.
You're looking for a new GOAT,
and it's not. And you don't just simply look for a new GOAT. The GOAT finds you. And it's official, Wemby, I think.
I can't deny that.
Wemby
he's got such serious, the aura.
I can't believe I'm saying this because he's French, okay? Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It, like, hurts me. It pains me physically to say that it's too early. It's too soon to tell whether he will actually perform as the GOAT. It looks like he will. He's putting some meat on them bones, right? But I think his off-court performance this summer has been so good.
China, Karl Malone, he just can't stop.
Mao posting. He's posting Mao positively, okay? And on top of that, yeah, the dookying on Karl Malone and being like he should go to jail. He's a pedophile. Like it's just, he's the man. He is the man.
Do we know what his opinions are about Mélenchon? Has he been able to?
I mean, I don't know what he thinks about Mélenchon.
I mean, granted, like I don't NBA players unless they're like
I hit my buddy up. I was like, "Do you have a direct link to him?" And he was like, "I can link you up with his manager. I can give you his manager's number." But he is Jean-Luc Wemby. Yeah. He was born in 2004, bro. That is crazy. He is, dude.
Chinese Jokic is also real, by the way.
Yeah.
Young Hasan is going to be fucking awesome.
I think he was wearing tabby sneakers when he was doing something in China. I saw that. It blew my mind, dude. Jokic, China. Let's see if we can find it. Okay. Rare off-season photos of Jokic. Nikola Jokic go viral. He was in China. Bro, what the f is that?
Makes so much sense though.
Dude, that is so funny.
That's what he wants. He wants to be with the horses. He goes to China.
I agree. How Asians be moving recently in the summer league. Wait, what the f is this? No, this is not what I'm looking for. Why'd you link me this? Yeah, that's a regular size horse. That's not even a pony. That looks like a dog next to Jokic. Yeah.
Oh, my dog is sick.
He's in the vid.
Dude, his passing is so crazy.
He's not it. Dude, that's not what I'm looking for. What are you doing? No, I'm looking for Jokic in China. No, this is not Chinese Jokic. This is a guy who dresses up like
we should clarify. There is Chinese Jokic, who is Young Hasan, perhaps, and then there is Jokic in China, which is a different kind of Chinese. We're looking for Jokic
in China because he was like playing ball in China, and he had the tabby basketball shoes on, which was crazy. But yes, I'm familiar with this guy. I see him all the time. I'm on Basketball Talk chatters. Okay, I see all the same shit that you see. I know who this guy is. There was even an American dude, who I think is Chinese American, who flew to China and beat his ass. He was kind of short, but he played ball with this guy. I've seen this guy. I've seen this guy all over my feed. Okay, calm down. That's not Hasan doesn't know Young Hasan. Isn't Young? It's the tall one, right?
Yeah, he's the big.
No, I know who he is.
He was there on draft night. No, he's the cool. He's like obviously like the coolest. Like that was the coolest thing to come out of the draft in summer league.
Basketball legend Nikola Jokic finds out that tourist signs in China are also in Serbian. Oh yeah, look at his shoes. Look at his shoes. You can kind of see it here. Look, that's all I wanted to show you.
That he's got tabbies on.
He's got. I don't know what this is, but I need it.
This is in my language.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, it is.
Hey, take a pic. There you go.
Yeah.
This is a
Look at that. Why does he have tabbies on? Are those tabbies? Like, what the f is that?
We have breaking news.
Here, question mark. It's
California,
Dianne
she
Feinstein dying. All right, I'm blocking. It's done. Take a week off, dude. You. Okay, enough. Enough. This guy's like size 18 tabby basketball shoes on, and I need to know what they
I love
are.
having his numbers on the back of the shirt.
Oh my God. Everybody loves. Here's a better view of the tabbies. Oh, there it is. Jokic enjoying his time in China. This is what I watched. Finally.
Are those tabbies that's just like a line down there?
I don't know.
I think there's just a line on his shoes. Yeah, they're just his sneakers. But that is an interesting concept. Tabby basketball shoes.
Yeah. Probably terrible.
That would be like that's like a catastrophic injury on the court waiting to happen. Yeah.
Unfortunately for you, Wemby told French people to avoid extremes, so avoid far right and far left parties for the 2024 legislative session. Oh no. Well, he likes Mao. So 3 days before the legislative elections, Victor Wembanyama calls for moving away from extremes. I remember something like this. It's all good. He went. This is pre-China. Okay. Trust. Chat. Trust. Shh. Pre-China Wemby. Pre-Mao is Wemby. It's all good. Okay. It's all good. He's now a Maoist. He's a Maoist third worldist, not a tabby, just a line. Okay, thank you. Thank you for clarifying this for me. Why are all the NBA guys going? I was gonna say why are they going to China, but like the money.
Well, NBA China is so huge,
big market,
and like it's also I think like on top of the fact that it's like historically been like the big like outside of Europe, like the biggest foreign market for I guess Europe and Mexico, but like. It is now.
Even go to Europe like that though?
I mean, what do you mean, like NBA players?
Yeah, like officially on like a trip to do marketing and to like enter the market.
I mean, maybe, but like also a lot of them go to Europe because like one, they are European, and two, there's like EuroLeague is a real. So, I mean, just like the CBL, just like Chinese basketball is real, like, and also like it's I don't know. To me, it's like a. At this point we are decades into like a cross-pollinated.
Chinese basketball is real. It can hurt you. It's real. It's
yeah. The like like Starbury had years there. I learned recently. I was wondering what happened to Jimmer Fredette, who was like an NCAA Player of the Year when we were like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And because he's
went
also
to China.
Yeah, and like was like an incredible player there. And it was because he was too small to be the kind of dominant player here in the US, like in the NBA. Like the size is wrong. It's cool. It's exciting to see also that like the ball's getting global. Or is it continuing to get global?
Yeah, I mean, ball has always been global, but it's cool that these guys are going and chanting it for all of its glory, like your boy is going to be doing in September. It is what it is, Some for offseason stuff, I guess. Like we get some U.S. players locally in Eastern EU, but it's the assumption it's guys who don't yet make it to the NBA. What is this jump scare?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Approval of congressional Democrats is down to a historic low of just 19%. Crazy.
I will say, a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
I mean, because 19 is it's getting lower to 0, and 0 is the lower bound of approval rating. So that's a lot of room to go up. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, this isn't 19 plus. It's like
19.
Even the approval is like 19%. Right? That's what this
no. This is approval.
This isn't net.
This is 19 out of 100 people.
No.
Say that they approve.
This isn't net, is what I'm saying. There's no way this is.
No, net would be.
Net is way. Net is like.
Net is not. net is like negative, like 30, 40.
40, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Net is Antarctica temperatures. Net is reading
31?
the.
You mean minus 31 net?
Yeah.
Because you don't mean like plus 31, because they are underwater by a lot. Yeah, nothing but net. I mean, yeah, there's only they can pump these numbers higher. I think we can get to a historic 0% approval rating, 100% net disapproval rating, like -1. The bottom is minus 100. And I think we are slated to get there. We are looking to get there. And, you know, it can happen. And I'm excited to see what that looks like. Well, there is,
I mean, I will say that, like, there's like an interesting, like, of all people, like, it was, I saw, like, Derek Thompson alluded to this in a post today, but that, like, there is a truth to the idea that, like, all right, if the Democrats become this hated, that makes it that much, like, it makes insurgents in the party like that much stronger. Like, people who credibly claim an opposition, people who credibly claim that they are on the other side of the establishment. Like, you know, I mean, essentially, right? The shorthand of what I'm saying is that the easiest way to, like, boost your favorables as a candidate, or to make yourself like a particularly, you know, viable political figure in pretty much any context now, is to just get in front of a camera and say Chuck Schumer. That's like being only a little bit glib here, but it is more or less true. That's what that 19% means. It's not that 19% of people, like, only 19% of people think that, like, taxes should be higher or something.
Yeah, I think that the Democrats have a long way to go. I'm positive about it. I think that they will work tirelessly to make sure. I think Lucy's going to let Charlie Brown kick the football this time. I really do. I think even the galvanizing force that's supposed to be there, like the populist leftist momentum that's supposed to be there from the likes of AOC, needs to keep spiking the football, and hopefully we can see how unpopular the party can get. You know, I have no more confidence in the future of America, so I'm just entertaining myself, I guess. Let's see where it goes. Talk about Kanye, you simps. What? Talk about Kanye. What did Kanye do now? Let's see. Friend of the show, Christian Divine, had a...
I'm New York Times op-ed author Brett Stevens, and I recently wrote the piece, No, Israel is not committing a genocide in Gaza, and I've gotten some backlash to it, and I'd like to kind of respond. Of course, I try to be fair and balanced in my opinion pieces, and so when I hear news of Palestinians coming out of Gaza, I like to take my fingers, put them in my ears, and go, la, 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 la. That way, I don't absorb any of the bias. So in my article, I wrote that Israel isn't committing a genocide because they've only killed, by some estimates, 60,000 people. And they could have killed a lot more. I mean, if you were going to kill people, you could kill more.
True.
That's why it's not a genocide. Doesn't that make sense? I mean, if it was really a genocide, they would have to kill everybody. The UN's definition of genocide also includes intent. And they didn't say they were trying to. They just did on accident. And that kind of just happens. So to me, your arguments don't make sense unless they kill everyone and they said they were trying to.
Yeah.
Also,
which, by the way, by those estimations, the Holocaust is also not a genocide.
It is. Well, that's part of, like, the whole, like, Stevens thing, is that, like, you just have to do. I mean, this is also, I mean, one of the things I despise the most about, like, the current state of the discourse is that everybody pretending like genocide is all of a sudden, just because genocide is a contested term, like many, you know, legal or historical terms, however you want to categorize it, that because there is some measure of contesting what it can mean, that it actually just means that it's not actually a concept. That, you know, what is a concept? What is like is basically the level that the conversation gets to.
Everyone turns into Jordan Peterson when they want to talk about genocide.
What is when Miss Piggy doesn't let me leave the house?
Yeah,
is that genocide?
It's just like,
is that genocide?
It's so morally bankrupt, especially at this point. And it's like I don't know. I think everyone is just basically relying on the fact that because America is the great evil and they are not even remotely interested in allowing any sort of justice to take place here, that they feel confident that they can just, like, get away with saying whatever they want. They're speaking like they will never get tried in Nuremberg. Okay. Even though we're living in the post-Nuremberg universe, we're living. And
there's also, by the way, been other things that people have determined as genocide since then. I mean, like, I would argue, like, so, you know, the I think, like, liberal order of the contemporary, like, of, like, this era, or that until this era, pre-October 7th, you know, like the Rwandan genocide is what people point to.
Yeah.
And then I would also say, though, that, like, as listeners of Blowback Season 5, I know people call, like, the Khmer Rouge's rule. They say that they committed genocide. And that is also like, you know, it's a little bit more complicated because most of the victims of the Khmer Rouge were themselves Khmer, or, you know, ethnic Khmer in Cambodia, but like they also did target minorities, Chinese minorities, Vietnamese minorities, and so on, for, you know, like they targeted them for destruction as those groups. Essentially, it's not like again, you could argue about like to what extent one fits a definition super precisely or not, but like the idea that like all of us that this label is like off, that it's just like it's actually like it's just too contested or too only tied to the Holocaust is so absurd.
There has been successful genocide designations in international courts of law for much smaller numbers of people at this point. It's ridiculous. And there are plenty of things that even America has done that would be considered genocide or genocidal or whatever you want to call it. But because it's America doing it, it's different. But in this circumstance, not even America doing it, it's Israel doing it. So obviously there's a different reaction to that sort of thing because it's not the global hegemon engaging in such actions. Obviously, morally speaking, the Korean War, I think, is a genocide. And what America did is unconscionable there. And the morality for both the Korean War and also what Israel's doing right now is clearly evil.
In season 3, we interviewed Bruce Cummings, who is like in America, like the greatest living scholar of Korean history, and probably in America, the greatest living or deceased scholar of Korean history. And when we asked him straight up, was it a genocide? He said yes. And, you know, it is, again, like there was a goal, which was essentially to like thin and demolish the civilian population as much as possible, to like to eradicate. I mean, it's not pleasant to talk about because it literally was just like American. I mean, it was a continuation of a lot of tactics that were used against like a more approved enemy in the end of World War II with like our total destruction bombing campaigns in Japan. But there's, you know, continuity then having us apply that in a Cold War context against like, you know, starving Chinese volunteer soldiers and like Koreans who just happened to be on the wrong side of the parallel, which, by the way, also like it was a genocide that it is fair to say extended below the parallel as well, because it's not like the parallel was itself such a neat dividing
Jeju
line
Island
in that war.
And numerous other massacres
Exactly,
that like
exactly.
the American military-backed like South Korean puppet state committed. There were numerous atrocities, some of which they still shelter the Truth and Republic on. And there was never like a truth and reconciliation committee implemented for any of those things, right?
No, like, and well, I mean, in Korea, it's complicated. South Korea, it was especially complicated because of the fact that like the government there, like who are the parties within it that like were in dialogue with America that would have been able to do such a thing? I mean, at the time of the Korean War, when there were very credible evidence-based allegations that the United States was using germ and biological warfare, the Soviet world. I mean, like the Soviet bloc and the Asian communist states put together a commission called the ISC that was led by one of the most famous biologists in the world at the time, Joseph Needham, to do more or less this. And that's not Truth and Reconciliation. I mean, that was an investigation into specific atrocities, but like, you know, that was rejected out of hand and ridiculed in the Western press totally. There's going to be some kind of process where we were going to like seriously evaluate all the atrocities that like we ourselves committed on an even grander scale than you know, than using biological and germ warfare it's just hard to fathom. And you know, now like, I mean, we don't do that. We make movies like the one with Jonathan Majors, Devotion, that like truly like that is about like the air war of the Korean War, that at like no real point kind of addresses like, well, what was the on the ground reality of the destruction caused by that air war?
Yeah, but they're not humans. They were, you know, I can't believe America has been using the same slur for every Asian country that we have pummeled into oblivion since the Philippines. Like the G word, I didn't know that it originated in the Philippines, and then it moved into Vietnam. It moved into Korea and then Vietnam as well.
It comes with America. It follows America. I mean, there are people I know who say that it comes not from the Philippines, but from a different I forget what the other
different Asian
no,
colonial
not
conquest?
I think not even Asian. I forget what the other
Someone said it comes from Hanguk. I don't think so. I think there's evidence that it was being used by Marines like as a slur.
Oh yeah, but it comes out of like this. It is because like the original like American Empire like is obviously like begins in like a real sense, or what we think of as American Empire, with the dispossession and the eradication of Native Americans, and then you have the kind of process of the Caribbean, if not colonization, but I mean the takeover of islands like Puerto Rico. The book How to Hide an Empire by Daniel Immerwahr is a really good read about this. But then you also have like Manifest Destiny was also at this time in the late 19th century about the Pacific. And it's it makes total sense that a slur for describing the subjects of these places where we come from would come out of Asia and would then follow America wherever it goes. No.
Oh.
It was.
Oh, okay. Kaya place. Okay. No, man. Why is it that whenever I say a slur and then I say like the G word or whatever, everyone tries to play this guessing game? It's like there's a reason why I didn't fucking say it out loud, chat. Calm down. All right. All right, let's finish this.
If you would like to check out some of my other extremely unbiased pieces, check out For Israel, It Pays to Be a Winner, or Israel Had the Courage to Do What Needs to Be Done, or We Should Want Israel to Win, even.
Or what was it when he called Arabs like a parasitic force? In one of these pieces, Bret Stephens famously literally says like Arabs are like an insect.
Oh, that was yeah. His people can look at his Wikipedia page. It's astonishing that the New York Times still gives him a column.
Oh, was that Thomas Friedman? Did I get it wrong? One of those New York Times guys. Thomas Friedman, Ross Douthat, and Bret Stephens have all been doing the same.
Well, no, Ross Douthat is now saying that actually Israel's just war is now unjust.
No, but have you read it?
Yeah, it's horrible. Man.
Yeah, if you read it, the title actually snaps you back. The title is a bait and switch.
Yes.
Because the entire piece is like defending it. Actually, it's not unjust at all. It's totally just because Hamas are a parasitic force of barbaric rapist monsters.
Well, this is like the Matt Iglesias like argument about how like there's like, oh, the facts have changed, and so now even though my original opinions and my original conception of how all of this worked, like the mental model, a phrase that guys like that tend to use, like that, it's like that, well, I've just adjusted it now that new facts have come out, and there's no possible. I mean, I will say one of the things about the famine shit in particular that drives me crazy is, and it really, really makes me quite sad, is that famine is not like a thing that just happens suddenly. It's not a
it takes time for people to start fully starving.
Exactly, like food stocks exist. They have to dwindle. And then on top of like the food stocks dwindling, once like a lot of the official the official aid, let's like there's clearly like there have been all of these different ways that Gazans have been trying to make it work and stay alive that are just what people do in these crazy desperate situations. It's not like all of a sudden like, oh, well, famine, if you're saying that there's famine in Gaza, that means that like people like that hundreds of people are falling over every day and drop dead because of it. Like, that's not what that means. In fact, the reason that you call it out and that you identify it very loudly before it happens is to prevent such an outcome.